Rock, and joining us in studio this morning, Bob Powers back with us. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, young fella.
How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, of course, for folks that are not familiar, Bob joins us from time to time, usually whenever he's got a dance or an event happening in and around town here, and been pretty busy lately with dances. But we want to invite folks out to a little bit different event here on Saturday. The fine folks at the Roswell Mall were kind enough to allow you and your folks to come and do a little 9/11 tribute for the public here this Saturday.
They did more than just allow us.
Yeah, they help partner with it too.
Yeah,
and set up and everything.
The mall manager is decorating for us.
Oh, good.
And she gave us the old Foot Locker room, which it's one door north of the center of the mall.
Yeah, it's right in the heart of the mall there. So, yeah. Good deal. So they've been really big supporters for this event, but so that's great to see. So when you come out Saturday, if you're out doing a little shopping or doing getting some lunch or whatever, love for folks to come and spend an hour or so out there with us for a big 9/11 ceremony that'll be going on. So let's talk about the inspiration first. What made you decide to put this together?
About 2 years ago, I was talking to a young couple, and I mentioned that the anniversary of 9/11 was coming up, and he said, "What's that?"
Huh.
I mean, he just did not know anything about 911.
Wow.
And I felt if he doesn't know, a lot of other young people don't know.
Sure. People that weren't born yet or were very young when it happened, that it's just not part of their radar right now.
And while this was a very tragic event, I feel it's an event that should stay in the minds of the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, it's why they always say never forget and things like that. One is because we want to honor the memory of those lives lost, but
right.
But it's history in general. When if you don't study and understand it, you're doomed to repeat it, and we don't want the same things to happen ever again. And so we have to be aware. We have to know. We have to not only are we about honoring people, but putting it on people's radar to make sure that we never let that kind of thing happen again in our country.
And then I had another person tell me that that happened in New York City. This is Roswell, New Mexico. It can't happen here. And I feel that it's very possible that it could happen here.
It can happen in anybody's community, anybody's neighborhood.
Roswell has quite a history, military history.
Absolutely.
And I think some people might think that this is a good target.
You never know.
I know.
You never know. And the thing is, we've got to honor. We want to honor and respect, and we remember, and that's what it's about. And for people that aren't or don't understand that, come out Saturday, and we'll make you understand it, because that's really the reason why we do events like this.
I don't care where you live in the United States, it's a threat.
Yeah,
and you better respect that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not, it's going to bite you.
Yeah.
But this Saturday, you're going to have a great event out at the Roswell Mall. It'll start at 11 a.m., and you're going to have some great local guest speakers, going to have a little bit of singing, music, things like that. It's kind of an all-encompassing little event here.
Well, we're starting it off with the Roswell Honor Guard.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to present colors. Then Jim Ridgway is going to do an opening prayer for us.
Okay. He'll do the invocation, bring everything to an open here.
And we're going to be honored with speakers, Mayor Tim Jennings and Chief of Police Philip Smith.
Yeah.
I feel it's quite an honor to have them there.
Yeah. I'm very curious. I mean, obviously, Chief Smith, he's law enforcement, so he's got a certain opinion on it. But as most folks know, he's from New England, from Boston, and that area. So I wonder if his perspective's a little bit different than people that grew up here. You know what I mean?
And I don't know. I have never talked to him about that.
Well, we'll find out on Saturday, I guess.
Yeah.
Here, you know.
But the entertainment is going to start out with Roswell's sweetheart, Malia Juarez.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
She's Miss Teen New Mexico volunteer.
Nice.
And
she's kind of all over the place. She's very busy volunteering, hence the Miss Teen New Mexico volunteer. So.
And she's very deserving of the attention because last year she put on about 500 hours of volunteer.
Oh, wow.
And this year, I don't know how many hours yet, but I know it's a lot.
Absolutely. She's definitely someone for young people to look up to, and hopefully some of her hard work and great qualities rub off on people.
She's so busy volunteering that her mother had to get a woman just to book her.
She getting so big, she needs assistance to help. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great that she's able to do all this stuff. So, but she'll be one of the speakers, and kind of helping to open things up on
Not speakers. Set. She's going to perform.
She's singing. Okay.
No, she's dancing.
Oh, nice. Okay. What kind of dancing does she do?
I guess a little bit of everything.
Okay.
But she's dancing to Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA.
Okay. I've never seen a dance to that song before, so I'm very curious to see how she interprets it.
I know.
Very cool. I'm sure it's very patriotic, whatever it is. So very cool. I like that. All right. Maybe a different perspective of that song from a different viewpoint. So cool. So she'll be part of the kind of the opening of things.
Right.
Good deal. Okay. And then talk also about some of the other speakers and performers too.
Well, the other performers are Mary Gonzalez.
Folks know her family very well. Of course, her husband, the late Johnny Gonzalez, who always did the Thanksgiving, and of course, her family's kind of picked up that mantle. But yeah, they're a family that's been very much helping people in our community long time.
She's an angel.
She is very, very lovely woman.
And beautiful voice.
Yeah.
And Dwayne and Jill.
Of course, you've had them at your dances quite often, so they're going. You know, usually you're dancing to their music. I don't know if this will be a dance appropriate or not with a 9/11 thing, but if it does kick up a bit, you know, why not?
Well, if the spirit moves, you get up and do it.
Do what you got to do. Exactly. Yeah.
But Dwayne and Jill are going to be performing.
Okay.
Jack and Julie Ferguson with Mark Parham.
Okay.
Howard and Nellie Becker.
Okay.
They've been around for 100 years.
All right.
And they're the most romantic couple I've ever seen.
Nice. So they're going to rub off on some little romance on some
folks, they're going to do patriotic stuff. But
good. But you can't help but their interactions with each other.
You can't help but notice how in love they are. And,
well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully it inspires others.
And a lady named Dolores Walker.
Okay.
She's the wife of the Pentecostal Church on 3rd and Missouri.
Oh, okay.
And
so she probably sings there at that at the church there a little bit too, I'm guessing.
Well, she's probably in demand everywhere.
Yeah.
She's got a beautiful voice. And
she's going to share it with us on Saturday at the mall. Awesome.
And Billy Joe Montoya.
Okay.
Who's been around forever. He used to perform up at Cattleman's.
Okay.
On weekends. And
okay.
Billy's very good.
Good. So very much some great quality artists, and they're all doing their own little tributes to 9/11 through music. That's great to hear. So.
And I started out telling people, just patriotic music. I mean, they're all so used to doing gospel music.
Sure.
And then I got to thinking, you know, our money says, "In God we trust," and our Pledge of Allegiance is one nation under God.
Yeah.
So how can we leave God out of this?
Well, and yes, but it's America. We're celebrating America as much as we're remembering the lives lost in 9/11, and it's all America. You know, that gospel music. I mean, even your country and Western, all of that is the fabric of America. So
But-
to me, it's all in some way, shape, or form
But
patriotic music. You know?
America was founded on one nation under God.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's okay to have and this is what people want to celebrate. And
That's
so
correct.
That's what we're doing. And we'd love to have folks come out and remember that day and what happened, and hopefully maybe uplift a little bit and give folks to gear up for the world we live in today and take notice and be an active, positive role model in today's world.
I know there's a lot of things going on that day. There's a car show,
He has a couple car shows, a car show, barbecue cook-off. There's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff going on Saturday.
but in my opinion, this is a very important celebration. Not celebration.
And I think you could do all three. You come by the mall and then go hit one of the places, go hit the other place. The other events are kind of more all day or longer periods, and you can just kind of cut away for an hour or so.
Right.
Come on out to the mall, enjoy some great music and singing, and hear some motivational speeches. And who knows, while you're there, grab lunch and do a little shopping, and then go on to the next event.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the idea anyway. So.
Yeah.
So, but just again, it's a free event. Doesn't cost you anything. Just come on out to the mall. Like you said, you're going to be at where the Foot Locker was. They're right smack dab in the middle of the mall, pretty much. And so, if you park like in the middle there and then go through that entrance there, you should be able to go right up to it or right near it.
It's one door north of the middle of the mall.
Gotcha. So it's right there. So then you can get there a few minutes early, get you a good spot. Like I said, everything will get underway about 11, and then with the color guard officially starting things off to present colors, and then it goes from there. So
Yes, sir.
good deal. I would imagine in between the music and things is when we'll have our mayor and our police chief and some of those folks speaking to the audience members.
Not between,
At the beginning.
at the beginning.
Very
yes.
good. All right, so talking and then music, where it's opening, then a little music, then talking, then more music. So very cool. But come out, meet our Miss Teen New Mexico. Come out and of course meet our civic leaders here. Come and meet these great artists too. That's the great thing is all these people that are performing at the event. Get up and talk to them afterwards and stuff, and they love talking music with you. And who knows, maybe some of them are willing to do a little show for you at maybe if you've got a party or a wedding or something and need some quality entertainment. Maybe one of these artists would love to have be coming and do it for your events.
I learned a long time ago, Mike, that if you're going to have a politician talk, tell them a brief talk or a couple minutes.
You always undercut them. Yeah, you tell them you got 5 minutes, knowing they're going to go 15.
Yeah.
And plan for 15, but tell them they only got 5, and that way when they go 15, you're good because you knew they were going to go 15, and then and then it feels like you did them a favor. So it's a win-win for everybody. So it's a good tip.
Yeah.
But of course, if you have any questions about anything, you don't hesitate to call Bob, or if you're looking to maybe get involved in future events with Bob here on some of these dances and things. Bob's always looking for more partners and more people to get involved. So reach out to Bob and maybe come out Saturday, and then you're like, hey, I like what you're doing here. Can I help? And I'm sure Bob will have a role for you somewhere.
The pandemic caused some of the bands to break up.
I would imagine that could be hard to practice and get together. And of course, if you worry about your own health issues and things, that takes precedence over the band sometimes.
And now we're rotating 2 bands.
Good.
But it would be nice to have another one or two.
Sure. There's some musicians out there that want to love to be a part of this, and who knows, or maybe you started a band in the pandemic. We say a lot of bands broke up, but there might be a few musicians that became, they started working on music and things and are now, they spent their quiet time making music and want to show it to the world now. Then, come on down.
And Roswell is blessed to have some fabulous entertainment here.
We do have a great music scene here for a town of this size, and we have a really great eclectic music scene that it's a little something for everybody, whether you're into country western or rock or indie or whatever you're into. There's usually some groups devoted to doing music about it around
right
here. So it's really really lucky and fortunate we have that here. So
yeah,
good deal. But again, want to remind folks, this Saturday, September 10th, out at the Roswell Mall, beginning at 11 a.m. Come join us for a 9/11 tribute. Guest speakers include Mayor Tim Jennings, Chief of Police Phil Smith. We're also going to have Miss Teen New Mexico, Malaya Juarez, performing and doing her stuff. We're going to have great music from Mary Gonzalez, Dwayne and Jill, Jack and Julie Ferguson with Mark Parham, Howard and Nellie Becker, Dolores Walker, and Billy Joe Montana all could make up the lineup for this Saturday's event. So
Billy Joe Montoya.
What did I say, Montana? I meant Montoya. I was reading Montoya and said Montana. His talent's as big as Montana. We'll go with that. How's that? But come on out. It's a free event. Come celebrate and remember with us and celebrate the great things that this country represents and remember those that paid the ultimate price on September 11th. And that's the thing too, is remembering those first responders, remembering those people climbing up those stairs, knowing they might not come back, and many of them did not. And to do that anyway, that's something you can't just put an amount of appreciation on something like that.
Well, Mike, it's a very tragic event.
It is, absolutely.
And it's one that I'd really like to forget in some ways, but it's important to remember.
It's one of those things you want to forget the day because of the tragedy, but you want to remember the human spirit that came from it. Exactly. You know what I mean? That love of country, that love of humanity, that willingness to want to help and to make things better for other people. That sentiment should never go away. And that was the beauty that came out of the ashes of 9/11, I think, was that the rallying of the troops, the coming of America, that there wasn't a greater love for this country in my lifetime than it was those period right after 9/11.
And just think about the first responders, the firemen, the policemen that went in to rescue people knowing that they might not come out. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's, I mean, and it is the job, and they do this every day, but come on, to a person, and you're in that scenario, and they're like, look, especially when the first tower comes down and they're still going up the second one trying to get people. You know what I mean? You're like, you're just looking, it's like, look, this is probably a death sentence, but I got to do it anyway, because if there's a chance to save a life, then I'm going to do it. And that's the mindset these people had going into those towers and going into the Pentagon, and those people in that plane in Pennsylvania that went down. Now, all the events that took place on 9/11, we are hardened and don't want to remember the sadness of that day, but we can never thank and celebrate the humanity that came from that event and what people did above and beyond the call of humanity for other people on that day. And that's the part we want to remember and celebrate.
And there's been numerous times when I thought I would like to do something like that, but when it comes right down to it, could I do something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the question. We all think we'd like to say we could, but till you're put in that scenario, there's no real honest answer till you're there, and That's in my head, I'm like, I think I could do it, but I've never been in that scenario where I had to make that choice, and I hope to God I can. I hope to God I can. I hope I don't get put in that scenario, but if I do, I hope I make the choice to help others.
I hope that scenario never happens again.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, please, love to have folks come out, celebrate, remember, enjoy great music, enjoy the great coming together of people honoring other people. Again, this Saturday, Roswell Mall, completely free. Come on out and enjoy some of our great local entertainers and get a great message and hopefully a message of unity afterwards. So good deal. Did we get it all? Is there anything we missed, Bob, or did we cover it all?
I think we covered it all.
Good deal. And be on the lookout for more dances and stuff coming soon here too. I'm sure you got a few planned around the corner or in the works here. We'll have more to come on those as we get closer.
Well, we're planning one where we're going to get you there to dance on the tables.
Well, that's the problem. No one wants to come see that. You want to draw people, not detract them, and that might detract.
You'd be surprised. We might get the whole community there for that.
Yeah. Although I say that, but someone paid the Historical Society $1,000 to see my legs, so anything's possible. Thank you, Bob. We appreciate it. We'll see you on Saturday, okay?
Thank you.